The fire alarm went off at the Simpsons house. Homer quickly woke up his family, but Lisa was in a real dilemma. With a wall full of trophies, she couldn't decide which ones to grab. Bart, on the other hand, had no such worries and simply ran out carrying the dog. The whole family piled into Homer's car, only to discover there was no fire at all. Homer had pulled a false alarm just to trick them into going to a beer festival. Bart and Lisa tried to get out, but found that Homer had the door handles on his side. Soon the Simpsons arrived at the beer festival. Before entering, each car had to designate a driver. The person responsible for driving home would be placed in a cage to ensure she wouldn't sneak any drinks. Although the kids couldn't drink, they could still experience what being drunk felt like. Bart was strapped into a spinning space chair, and when he got off, his gait and posture were exactly like someone who'd had too much to drink. The main event of the festival was a bartending skills competition. The three contestants that day were a muscular strongman, a beautiful woman carrying heavy loads, and finally Moe. Despite Moe's first-rate pouring technique, he was no match for the woman next to him. To keep things fair, the earlier events were worth fewer points. The final event, the drunk tossing contest, would determine the winner. Scrawny Moe couldn't even lift Barney, so he had to use a spiked club to give his buddy a little help. He still fell short. Barney's tongue created a miracle.
Alright guys, 1, 2, 3. Moo! Lenny, you were supposed to be E!
See what happens when you skip rehearsal?
Moe became the ultimate winner. His face would be printed on the next beer calendar. The photographer took a headshot of Moe. It was unbelievably ugly.
That's a mug you don't want to chug.
Knock it off, Larry. We can't put this face on our calendar.
Moe returned to the bar and waited anxiously. Homer finally brought back the latest beer calendar. Moe took down his expired business license, ready to hang up the calendar in its place. But when he opened it, he found his photo had been covered with labels, and not just one layer. Moe peeled off the last label and nearly cried at how ugly the photo was.
Well, it's all relative. Is Lenny really that dumb? Is Barney that drunk? Is Homer that lazy, bald, and fat?
Oh my God, it's worse than I thought.
See, this is why I don't talk much.
Moe looked at himself in the mirror with dissatisfaction. Cauliflower ears, a lizard mouth, beady rat eyes, and caveman eyebrows. Even Moe couldn't stand looking at himself. Lenny suggested he get plastic surgery. This was a wake-up call, and Moe immediately went to a cosmetic surgery clinic. The doctor looked at Moe's face and was a bit stumped. His face didn't need adjusting. It needed rebuilding. But fortunately, the doctor loved a challenge. After devising a surgical plan, Moe lay down on the operating table. The moment had come to reveal Moe's new look.
Beautiful.
Okay, now do Moe.
I thought Moe had changed his gender too. Once the bandages came off, Moe's appearance had undergone a complete transformation. The nurses bid farewell to the handsome man. This was the first time Moe had ever been called handsome. Walking out of the hospital, Moe could hardly believe it. He even wondered if he had died on the operating table. Homer put his arm around Moe's shoulder and welcomed him to the club of good-looking guys.
A new life, a second chance for revenge.